Good afternoon. This is All India Radio and I'm Anuja Kumar with the Midday News. The headlines. Supreme Court asks CBI to file response in 2 weeks on status of investigation in disproportionate assets case against Mulayam Singh and his sons Akhilesh and Prateek. Filing of nominations for 91 Lok Sabha seats in first phase ends this evening. Filing of papers for assembly polls in Andhra Pradesh, Arunachal Pradesh and Sikkim also to conclude today. Indian Air Force inducts first 4 heavy-lift Chinook helicopters to scale up its firepower. RBI appoints 5-member committee to deepen digital payments and enhance financial inclusion through financial technology. In Thailand, pro-military party poised to hold power in first general elections since the 2014 military coup. The Supreme Court today issued notice to the CBI on a plea seeking a direction to the probe agency to place the investigation report in the disproportionate assets case against Samajwadi Party patriarch Mulayam Singh Yadav and his sons SP Chief Akhilesh Yadav and Prateek Yadav. A bench comprising Chief Justice of India Ranjan Gogoi and Justice Deepak Gupta asked the CBI to file its response in 2 weeks with regard to the present status of investigation in the case. The bench was hearing a plea seeking a direction to the probe agency to apprise the court of the status of the case. The Supreme Court today also directed the Election Commission to reply by this Thursday if it can increase the number of the voter verifiable paper audit trail VVPAT sample survey from 1 in each assembly segment at present for the upcoming general and assembly elections. A bench comprising Chief Justice Ranjan Gogoi and Justice Deepak Gupta sought the response of the poll panel by Thursday and directed it to apprise whether number of VVPAT can be increased for the satisfaction of the electorate. The Apex Court today refused to entertain a plea filed by a former Director General of Police, Uttar Pradesh, seeking a direction to the Election Commission to ban road shows and bike rallies during polls. A bench comprising Chief Justice Ranjan Gogoi and Justice Deepak Gupta said the court is not inclined to entertain this. Delhi High Court has sought response of the Enforcement Directorate ED on the maintainability of Robert Vadra's petition seeking quashing of a money laundering case in which he was questioned by the probe agency. The ED raised objection on the maintainability of the plea of Vadra, the husband of Congress General Secretary Priyanka Gandhi Vadra, saying there was willful suppression and that no relief be granted to him. Solicitor General Tushar Mehta, appearing for the ED and the centre, said that Vadra's petition is not maintainable and it is abuse of the process of law. A bench of Justices Hema Kohli and Vinod Goyal asked the probe agency to file an affidavit regarding the maintainability of 2 separate but similar petitions by Vadra and his close aide Manoj Arora within 2 weeks. The court listed the matter for further hearing on May 2nd. The Aam Aadmi Party government today moved the Supreme Court seeking constitution of a larger bench to expeditiously decide the issue of who controls the services in Delhi. A bench headed by Chief Justice Ranjan Gogoi told the Delhi Government Council that it will look into the matter. The Apex Court had on 14th of February referred the issue of control of services to a larger bench after delivering a split verdict. The filing of nominations for the first phase of Lok Sabha elections will end this evening. As many as 91 constituencies spread over 20 states and union territories will go to polls in this phase on the 11th of April. Elections will be held for all 25 Lok Sabha seats in Andhra Pradesh and 17 in Telangana in the first phase. Among other constituencies going to polls in this phase are 8 in Uttar Pradesh, 7 in Maharashtra, 5 each in Uttarakhand and Assam, 4 each in Bihar and Odisha, 2 each in Jammu and Kashmir, Arunachal Pradesh, Meghalaya and West Bengal, and 1 each in Chhattisgarh, Manipur, Mizoram, Nagaland, Tripura, Sikkim, Andaman and Nicobar Islands and Lakshadweep. In Uttar Pradesh, candidates from different political parties are filing their nominations today. Our correspondent has the details.
Famous actress and BJP leader Hema Malini today filed her nomination from Mathura Lok Sabha seat, from where she is currently Member of Parliament. Other BJP candidates, including General V.K. Singh from Ghaziabad, Kumar Bhartendu Singh from Bijnor, Satyapal Singh from Bagpat, Sanjeev Balian from Muzaffarnagar, and SP Singh Baghel from Agra constituencies, filed their nominations today. Rashtriya Local Chief Ajit Singh and his son Jayant Chaudhary also filed their nominations from Muzaffarnagar and Bagpat seats from Congress Party. Naseemuddin Siddiqui from Bijnor and Omwati from Nagina filed their nominations. Sushil Chandra Tiwari, AIR News, Lucknow.
Congress leader Sachin Chaudhary will contest from Amroha seat of Uttar Pradesh in place of Rashid Alvi. The decision was taken by the Central Election Committee of the party. Rashid Alvi has reportedly denied to contest the poll. In Tamil Nadu, various candidates of major parties filed their nominations today. BJP State President Dr. Tamilisai Soundararajan filed her papers in Tuticorin parliamentary constituency, where she faces DMK's Ms. Kanimuri Karunanidhi. Former Tamil Nadu Congress Committee Chief Su Tirunavukkarkasar filed his papers in Tiruchirappalli. In Telangana, there is a rush for filing of nomination papers for Lok Sabha elections. Our correspondent reports that huge gatherings are marking the day as the candidates of various political parties are taking rallies before filing the nominations.
The political picture in the state has become clear, with the TRS, Congress and BJP remain as major players in the state this time. The TDP is seemingly out of contest in Telangana state for the first time ever since it was established in 1981, as no TDP leader filed nominations so far, even as total 220 nominations have been filed till Friday last. In such a case, the fight this time will be mainly between TRS, Congress and BJP. Lakshmi, AR News, Hyderabad.
Filing of nominations will also end this evening for all 175 assembly constituencies of Andhra Pradesh, all 32 assembly seats in Sikkim, and all 60 assembly constituencies in Arunachal Pradesh, besides 28 of the total 147 assembly segments in Odisha. The scrutiny of nominations will take place tomorrow, while March 28th is the last date for withdrawal of candidature. The counting of votes will be taken up on 23rd of May after the completion of all phases of polling. In Assam, the Excise Department has set up a flying squad to prevent the illegal movement of liquor in the state ahead of the Lok Sabha polls. The flying squad has seized over 15,000 litres of liquor in past few days in the state. The department has started a toll-free number 1800-3453-545 for any complaints in this regard. As per guidelines, the Excise Department has to send the liquor seizure report to the Election Commission daily. This is All India Radio giving you the news. For quick news updates, follow us on Twitter at AIR News Alerts.
News Services Division of All India Radio is broadcasting a special live program, Janadesh 2019, on the developments related to the upcoming general elections 2019.
Tune in to the FM Gold channel of AIR from 4:05 p.m. to 4:30 p.m. every day till the announcement of results to listen to this special program.
Indian Air Force IAF today formally inducted the 4 heavy-lift Chinook helicopters in its fleet. Air Chief Marshal B.S. Dhanoa announced the induction at a ceremony held at the Air Force Base in Chandigarh. Speaking at the induction ceremony, Mr. Dhanoa said that these helicopters are capable of heavy lifting in hilly areas.
Carry a large number of people, and second thing that is very important is to operate from very high altitudes, and this helicopter does both because it has got a good underslung capability. Large ungainly loads can be carried. It can do all this, especially the military operations part of it, not only during day, it can also be done at night.
The Air Chief said the induction of Chinook will be a game changer, the same way Rafale is going to be in the fighter fleet. A multi-mission heavy-lift transport helicopter Chinook will be used to move troops, artillery, ammunition, supplies and equipment on the battlefield. RBI Governor Shaktikant Das has said that the Central Bank of the country has appointed a 5-member committee under the chairmanship of Mr. Nandan Nilekani to further deepen digital payments and enhance financial inclusion through the financial technology in the country. Speaking today at the FinTech Conclave being organized by Niti Aayog in New Delhi today, he said the committee has been requested to give recommendations in 3 months. Mr. Das said, as a nation, India must move for universal financial inclusion.
As a country that is determined to achieve universal financial inclusion at affordable costs, this is a defining moment for us, and we as a country should seize the opportunity.
Our correspondent reports that nearly 300 representatives from across the financial space are participating in the conclave.
India is one of the fastest growing fintech markets globally, and industry research has projected that $1 trillion or 60% of retail and SME credit will be digitally disbursed by 2029. The Indian fintech ecosystem is the third largest in the globe, attracting nearly $6 billion investment since 2014. Anupam Mishra, AR News, Delhi.
India has moved up 2 places to rank 76th on the Global Energy Transition Index. This annual list, compiled by Geneva-based World Economic Forum, has ranked 115 economies on how well they are able to balance energy security and access with environmental sustainability and affordability. The report, which was released today, said despite India being amongst the countries with high pollution levels and high CO2 intensity in its energy system, it has made significant strides to improve energy access in recent years. The report further said India currently scores well in the area of regulation and political commitment towards energy transition. Vice President M. Venkaiah Naidu today said that skill development for youth is vital as the young generation is going to decide the future of the nation. He was speaking at the 13th convocation of a deemed university at Loni in Ahmednagar district of Maharashtra.
65% of Indian population is below 35 years. The working age group 15 to 59 years accounts for 62.5% of Indian population. It's a great advantage, but it's also a great challenge because we are living in an aspirational India.
President Ramnath Kovind has left on a 3-nation visit to Croatia, Bolivia and Chile. In the first leg of his visit, Mr. Kovind will reach Zagreb, the capital of Croatia, this evening. Secretary East in the External Affairs Ministry, Vijay Thakur Singh, said Mr. Kovind will meet his Croatian counterpart and the Prime Minister and discuss the issues of mutual interest. The Secretary said in Bolivia, the President will hold restricted and delegation-level talks with his counterpart and participate in the India-Bolivia Business Forum meeting, besides interacting with students. On the last leg of his visit, Mr. Kovind will reach Chile on Saturday and hold talks with his Chilean counterpart and discuss issues of mutual interest. Improving trade and economic relations will be on the agenda. He will also interact with the Indian community. The Secretary said the President's visit to these 3 countries will further strengthen India's bilateral relations with them. In Thailand, pro-military party is poised to win in the first general election since the 2014 military coup. The poll was held yesterday under new rules written by the junta to ease its transformation into a civilian government. People turned out in large numbers to vote. With 93% of ballots tallied, pro-military Phalang Pracharat Party had nearly 500,000 more votes than the main opposition Pheu Thai. Back home, Congress Party today promised that country's 20% most poor families will get 72,000 rupees yearly under minimum basic income guarantee scheme. Party President Rahul Gandhi said 5 crore families and 25 crore people will directly benefit from the scheme. Addressing media after Congress Working Committee meeting in New Delhi, Mr. Gandhi said his party is committed for the upliftment of poor people. In Indian Premier League, Rajasthan Royals will take on Kings 11 Punjab in Jaipur. The match is slated to begin at 8 tonight. The News Services Division of All India Radio in its weekly bilingual live phone-in program Public Speak will bring you a discussion tonight on awareness and cure of kidney ailments. This can be heard on FM Gold channel and additional frequencies from 9:30 p.m. And now, before we close the headlines once again, Supreme Court asked CBI to file response in 2 weeks on status of investigation in disproportionate assets case against Mulayam Singh and his sons Akhilesh and Prateek. Filing of nominations for 91 Lok Sabha seats in first phase ends this evening. Filing of papers for assembly polls in Andhra Pradesh, Arunachal Pradesh and Sikkim also to conclude today. Indian Air Force inducts first 4 heavy-lift Chinook helicopters to scale up its firepower. And in Thailand, pro-military party poised to hold power in first general election since the 2014 military coup.